What up, Internet? This is Niels RY, aka Get Connected for Free with Education Connection. And I'm here with another bonus episode. And this bonus episode is with Keys to College and the College Connection web series with none other than the mother of Ian and Jaden, and also my amazing, beautiful wife, Shamelle. Hello, baby.
Whoop, whoop. Hello, world. It's Shamelle, aka Shamali. Shout out to Professor Burns, professor of economics at UNC Chapel Hill.
Awesome.
Go Heels.
Yes. So, you all are wondering why are we combining forces? Why are we here? What is the special occasion? Because it's been a minute since you've been on a Pop Cult Parent episode.
It's been a minute. Jaden did not exist at the time, but Ian did. Yeah. So it was, I believe it was 2019.
Yep, and it's also been a minute since I've been in College Connection. So
yes, yeah. Absolutely. You were in College Connection January 2020, before the pandemic, before everybody started doing all these videos.
All right. See, we were new to this, or we were true to this. We weren't new to this. Yes. All right. So why we are here is because we have to talk about C is for College. C is for College is an ABC book on college access. It is going to be coming out September 2nd, 2022. And it just so happens that C is for College is written by none other than myself and Shamelle Ribeiro-Yamafio.
Yes.
Round of applause. So we're very excited about this book. Very excited for folks to see it. This is myself and Shamelle's first book. So we are through the roof and excited. And we thought, what better than to use our platforms to give y'all a sneak peek, exclusive interview with the authors of this amazing book. So with that, I just thought it would be cool if we just ask each other a few questions and kind of talk through our excitement for C is for College.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just talk.
All right, we're just gonna talk, y'all. Cool. So, what inspired you to write C is for College?
Well, I noticed that there wasn't anything like it on the market per se, as far as appealing to children of color, underrepresented, marginalized children. Any book that would explain the college process. Of course, I believe that college access is my passion. So, and I know I want to be an author, but I wasn't quite ready to write a 300-page book. So I'm like, let's start with a children's book.
That's next summer. Next summer is the 300-page book.
Next summer, soon come. Let's start off slow. And I said, let's do this together. This was a passion project for you and me, and you just blew my mind with how creative you were with your writing. So I'm like, who better than my best friend to write this book with?
Thanks.
So it took us about 2 years. We would work on it from time to time when we would have days off of work, on a holiday off or something like that. We would go to Panera, work on it a little bit. We work on it a little bit at home when the kids were asleep. And finally, we just expedited the process. And before you know it, it was written.
Yeah. And I would just say to answer that question too, I love ABC books, as you know, because anytime the Dr. Seuss book, back when it was, not ripped to shreds. Yeah. I would love reading the Dr. Seuss ABC book. And, similar to you, I was like, I kind of wish there was a book, again, that promoted young people of color, especially black folks. And two, showing continuing to show and expose the journey of going to college. I didn't see anything out there like that. So when you came with the idea, I was like, genius, let's go. How can I help? And little did I know how could I help turned into me also being an author on the book.
Yes, you were.
But I am grateful. So thank you.
Yeah.
I think, something that folks would be interested in, just because we kind of gave a sneak peek around it, is, as most folks know, because if you are a member of the Pop Cult, you've heard me talk about Ian and Jaden almost every episode. It's literally in the title of the podcast that we're parents. As one can imagine, if you are a parent in general, how in the world did we have time to write this book? Like, what was the process around us coming together to make this book? Especially knowing we have 2 kids, we got demanding jobs, family responsibility, so on. We're married, we still got love and support each other. Mm-hmm. What was the process in bringing this book together?
The first thing I can think of is it takes a village. It started out with an idea, and you and I just built upon each other's energy. Then, fast forward, after we had written a draft, we got writer's block for sure. There was some letters that we just like, what are we going to say about these letters? So we got some help from some friends. So shout out to our friends that helped us. And then also we reached out to someone, another contracted person as an editor. Mm-hmm. But we started out with our own knowledge of college access. Some letters were very obvious as far as what we would define it as. But another part of the process was explaining it in a way that someone 6 to 12-year-old could understand. Yeah. So it's like, okay, wait a minute. Let's not write it in, 18-year-old jargon or 35-year-old jargon. So we also had to go over that as well to make sure that was understandable.
And I think that was like a thing for us. We had to like keep coming back being like, okay, this is not 2 educators who are just talking about college access. Like, we're really talking to the lens of how would a 6-year-old interact with some of the words that we're saying? Exactly. I knew like I was definitely struggling with just like throwing jargon in, and we just had to like take a step back and be like, okay, who are we writing this for again? Right. So yeah, I definitely remember that part.
And to your point, it's even hard for parents to understand college admissions jargon when I'm explaining it. So just to give a little bit of background, I am a school counselor. I'm going on my 9th year as a school counselor, my 11th year as an educator. So I started out the first 2 years as a college advisor. And then almost 9 years as a school counselor. And I've worked in high schools my entire career. So even explaining it to 18-year-olds and to the parents, they're like, okay, FAFSA. Okay, what is the FAFSA? Okay, an admissions application. What all is involved? The common application. And having to re-explain it several times to students who are highly intelligent. It's just that the process can be very intimidating. So having some insight on the process early on as a 6-year-old, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old, hopefully it won't be as daunting when you are in high school to know what some of these terms mean.
Yeah, and the funny thing, especially for folks, if you're not in education or you're not in close proximity with college access, is that the process is always evolving and changing. So if you think, okay, I applied to college, I went to college, like I know how to do all this stuff, like, no. What you experienced 15 years ago, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, there have been subtle shifts and changes to this day that like, you just may not know. And so like, I know, even when I talk with you and I work in education, I'm like, oh, that's new, that's a thing now. So yeah, I think the earlier you expose folks to like the complexities of the process, the easier it is to digest. And especially the big thing that we want folks to do is like to see that it is possible. It is not like just a mythical thing that only superstar students can do, or only folks who have like parents who had parents who had parents who went to college. Like, it is achievable, and you can be a person if you want to go to college. One thing I'll just say real quick, and then I'll move on to the next question. So one thing when I go to schools and talk with students about like college access and college in general, one of the things that I say, because if you've seen some of the data, you'll know that about 80% of the jobs in like the near future will require a bachelor's degree. And so I say to a lot of folks, college isn't for everybody, but like it's about that time where college is about to need to be for everybody.
And it's different kinds of colleges. It may not be a 4-year college. It may be a trade school. I was just talking to someone earlier today. She was saying that there used to be a radio broadcast college. Like, it wasn't even 4-year. People who were interested in going to TV and radio didn't have to go to a 4-year college to major in journalism. It was like a specialty school. They don't have a lot of those anymore.
I didn't know
But that would have been really awesome. Yeah, she said there was one like in Northern Virginia, maybe Arlington, when she was coming up in the 80s and 90s. So yeah, I've had students who want to be massage therapists, cosmetologists. So even though 4-year college may not be for everyone, some type of higher education, trade school, certifications, higher education should be for everyone.
And I think the big message that I want folks, especially for folks who have not gone to college or don't plan to go to college, and they're like, what's the big deal? My thing is, college is not for everybody, but I want it to be an option. Mm-hmm. I don't want the complexities of the college access process or money or jargon or straight up racism to be the thing that stops folks from seeing college as an option. Let it be an option, and then you make the decision on what's the best next step.
There you go.
So I'm hoping that C is for College just further encourages folks to see what the option is, and so they can explore that option.
There you go.
All right, so that's a little bit about what inspired us and a little bit behind the process. Well, just to kind of like also color in the process. Shamelle said it, but anytime I had a day off of work and you had a day off of work and the kids were still at school, we were working on CS for College.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
We were grinding on it. In Panera. Panera should probably be a sponsor to the book.
Sure.
We were working out there all the time.
Yes, we were. And so to piggyback on the process, we definitely can't omit, and I know we weren't, the illustrations.
Oh, yes.
Now, that was a super fun part for me.
Yes.
Like, after we had already defined the letters, then we wrote what did we envision the page looking like that corresponded to the letters. So that was fun. And then our illustrator, Cameron Wilson, shout out to Cam Wilson.
Big shout out to Cam. Cam, we love you, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, we found him on Instagram, and he used his artistic license to amplify and elevate and fill in the blanks that we had in our description. I'm like, phew, mind blown. He saw the vision that we had, and he ran with it.
Yeah. Like, I remember, like, he sent us a couple of images. Like, first he sent us the cover, and we, like, were freaking out. But then, like, as he started to talk through it, and we got to see, like, I remember, and for folks who are watching the video, you're about to get a sneak peek. Like, he showed us, like, some of the images, and we were like, what? He nailed it. Like, exactly what we were thinking about doing. He, like, took it. So, like, I definitely think he was inspired, and he saw the vision very much so, and he was able to produce it and see it for college. So, we really lucked out with Cam. Yeah, thanks again, brother. We appreciate you. All right. So, are there any special shout-outs in the book?
Yes, there are some. What do y'all call it? Is it red herrings? What do you
call it? Why am I forgetting what it's called now?
Something?
No.
Okay. Well, there are a few shout-outs. There's a shout-out to Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. There's a shout-out to Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. There's a shout-out to UNC Chapel Hill. There's a shout-out to Howard University. And throughout this story, you'll see on the cover, it's a brother and a sister. Okay, so it somewhat is a biography of you and your sister, Yvonne. So it's like there's an older sister telling her younger brother about her college experience. So we have also intertwined some nuggets that involve Ian and Jaden as well. So once you buy the book, you can see it. Even, I don't want to give it fully away, but there are a few other hints in here if you look very closely on some of the details. Yeah. And another reason why I wanted to write this book is to leave a legacy. You know, we've been doing a lot of financial planning. Shout out to our financial planner.
Yep. Shout out Yolanda.
Yes. Thinking about legacy, thinking about wills, like God forbid anything happen to us anytime soon. God forbid. We have a book that has a dedication to our children.
Yeah.
You know, this is very important to leave that legacy. And this is just one of many different artifacts and different ways that we are leaving a legacy.
Yep. Agreed. Yeah. Really excited about the little nuggets. I'm trying for the life of me to remember.
I know, because you've mentioned it in different movies. You'll be like, oh yeah, that's a shout out to another comic, and
it's the camera's on, the lights on. Now I'm like completely forgetting what it's called. By the end of the episode, I'm probably gonna remember.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about the process of the book. We talked about the special shout outs. We talked a little bit about Cam and the illustrations. Let's talk a little bit about college. You know, this is like this book is about college. And so let's talk a little bit about college and our college experience for us. I think one thing that while you were sharing your experience as a counselor, I just wanted to give a shout out to my wife. She's also a Gates Millennium Scholar. She is also an alumni of the College Advising Corps. So like in every way, shape, and like in every matter of the sense, she embodies college access. Like, it is not shocking to me that you are passionate. You are a college access guru, given your experience and all the things you went through. And also being an alumni of the PUP program, the Princeton, what's the
University Preparatory Program. Look at you shouting out my bio.
Yes, indeed. I'm proud of you, girl. All right.
Thank you.
But just thinking about that, just think about, what were some of your favorite memories of college?
Well, my favorite memories of college, I have a few. One was initially when I got to college, I didn't think I was going to know anyone at UNC, because I came to UNC as an out-of-state student. And I was totally fine with not knowing anyone at UNC, because the type of personality I have, I just jump right in. I just meet people, talk to people, and I'll just make a friend. So I made connections with people that were from New Jersey. It started that off first and foremost. Even before I got to UNC, though, I was on AIM. Everybody knows the AIM. So I was kind of meeting people there, too.
If you're a member of the pop cult, I hope you remember America Online and AIM and dominated.
So fast forward, I was on campus randomly on North Campus near the dining hall, Lenore, and then I run into someone who I went to preschool with. Okay, so background: I was born in North Carolina and I moved to New Jersey in the 6th grade. So I knew people in North Carolina from preschool on up to 5th grade. And so I remembered her, okay? I remembered her and she remembered me. Her name is Christina, and we hit it off. So just connecting with people I went to preschool with, and then someone else, Shamelle, I went to preschool with her as well. We were only in preschool maybe 2 years together. And so just being able to reconnect with people who went to my elementary school. There were a few other people. I'm like, we haven't seen y'all in over 10 years. So that was really great to see people that I knew from way back when. Another critical piece, I think, that helped me and helped other students just to retain and feel a sense of community was that we had a routine. Every night for dinner at 6:30, me and a group of girls, we would meet at the bottom of Hinton James. Shout out to HJ. Yes, I was on the 5th floor. Anyway, we would meet at 6:30. We had a routine, and we would walk from Hinton James to Rams Head. And this was the case 99% of the time. Of course, if someone was out of town, had something to do, we all communicated, we all knew. It's like we held each other accountable. We looked forward to that. No matter what happened that day, we knew we could get up with each other. And so I'm hearing from some of my students who have graduated, and some of them may be having a hard time because they may not have a routine or have that connection. So also, I was in gospel choir my freshman year. I think that was really helpful as well because so much goes on at a college campus, and I think that the gospel choir really helped to keep me grounded, and helped to keep me focused spiritually. And then the concert, like a lot of these memories are freshman year, so I was just so excited to get away from home.
Yes,
so
yes, indeed.
I went to my first concert, which was Common. I believe that was Homecoming. So Homecoming 2005, and that concert was everything. I had Common's album. I think his most recent album at that time was B.
It was B, yeah.
And so just to see him perform a lot of those songs and previous songs as well was everything for me.
Yeah.
What about you? What's some of your favorite college
shout out
memories?
To that concert. That still is one of the best concerts I've ever gone to, and it was the first concert I ever gone to. That concert was amazing. I mean, you named a good amount of them. Like I remember the dinners. Shout out to Chase. If you are an alum of UNC Chapel Hill and you went to school at a certain time period, you know about Chase. You know about the memories of Chase, and you know about Chase clothes. I miss Chase. The food was amazing. Anyways, I digress. The big thing I want to mention is Project Uplift. So a number of students at UNC were counselors for a college access program at UNC called Project Uplift. We served as counselors for rising 11th grade students throughout. I believe the majority of folks came throughout North Carolina who were coming to UNC for a weekend to learn more about college and especially about UNC, and it was a little bit of an exposure for UNC. It was targeted towards Black and brown students, but it was like open to everybody. And Project Uplift was so much fun. Cause like you're getting to hang out with folks who like were passionate, cared about like supporting students and being like leaders, and at the same time we had a lot of fun. Like we hung out, we got to know each other, we talked for hours. It was just like a blast. It was like running a summer camp at the comfort of your university. I loved it. I did it for like 2 years. I'm still close friends with a majority of folks I did Project Uplift with. We just have like a special bonding connection after all these years. So yeah, definitely that's one of my favorite college memories, Project Uplift. Yeah.
I love that.
Any other questions, thoughts, or anything?
Well, yeah, I definitely have some other thoughts. I just want to give a shout out again to the Village. 'Cause I didn't say initial names because I was like, I don't want to leave anybody out. But my first exposure to college was, of course, my mom. My mother is a college graduate. So just being able to see the campus of North Carolina A&T, shout out to
A&T.
Aggie Pride. I feel like I am by the wayside an Aggie alum, even though I never went. And
you a cousin alumni.
I'm a cousin alumni. I always wanted the HBCU experience. Maybe I'll get a PhD from A&T.
Why not? Claim it.
Or some type of certificate so that I can be a real alum. But anyway, I appreciate her. I also want to shout out Elisa, who helped us with the editing. I want to shout out any of our family and friends who have already bought the book, who have just supported us along the way. Who are some people who encouraged and inspired you to pursue your college degree?
I mean, definitely my parents. Like, I'm West African, so doctor, lawyer, engineer, those were your options growing up. And a college degree was required for any of the three. So I didn't have a choice. I was going to college. But I had not seen someone just like go to college. And no shade to the community college process. Like, community college is an amazing and a great step. But, like, that was more common. It was more common for me to see folks go to a 2-year school. And sometimes they graduate, sometimes they didn't. But I never saw, like, folks matriculate to a 4-year school until my sister. My sister was the first person I met, at least that I consciously remember, going to Elizabeth City State University, going to a 4-year school, having the entire college experience. And by the time I was like a junior, I saw her graduate. I saw her a couple years later get a master's degree from Howard University. so like the concept of college, it seemed that much more realistic to achieve because I saw my sister do it. That's why, like, when you see this right here, like that was Lil Neil's back in the day. Like, and this was definitely my sister. Shout out to Yvonne. She continues to be my big sister all the time. So like she made it realistic, and then like I was in an amazing college access program that was ran out of Fairfax County Public Schools, which is called, why am I forgetting the name?
College Access Program?
Yeah.
CAP? Sorry, no, that's DC CAP.
Why am I forgetting the name of my amazing college access program now? It's because I'm older
It's
now.
called College something program. College. It starts with it's college something.
It is. College advising program? Oh, whatever. If I remember it, internet, come after me. If you're an alum of a Fairfax County Public School and you remember it and you're screaming at the rooftops, like, great, make sure you leave it in the comment. We're going to give them a proper shout out. But yes, that program, it made college very realistic for me. Shout out to one of my very close friends. Him and I did a program together, and we went to Virginia Tech, and we were like two of the only folks that immediately got accepted to Virginia Tech after that program. That was
College partnership program.
College partnership program.
I'm
yes.
trying to remember.
Thank you. And we still can't remember the movie thing, but college partnership program.
I know, right?
Yeah. Anything else?
Thank y'all so much. Go out and support. Please buy the book. Buy it for your daughter, your son, your niece, your nephew, your grandchild, your neighbor, your mentee, even for yourself.
Yes. So let's talk through the rundown of how you can get C is for College. See this beautiful book? You want it. I know you do. You've been looking at it. Every time we pull it up, you're looking at it. This is how you get C is for College. You can go to Amazon and legit put in C is for College. You'll see the next couple letters. It says an ABC book on college access. You can purchase it there. You can also go to Barnes & Noble. And then shoot, if you straight up Google it, you'll see all the other miscellaneous places you can buy it. But I know a lot of you will want to buy it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. If you buy it, we would love if you can leave a review. If you can share the link with your friends. Make sure everybody has this in their household. You got nieces, nephews, kids, whoever, yourself, just like Shamelle said. Buy it. Hold on to it. Share it with others. Like, please get the book. If you are a member of the Pop Cult, go to our Pop Cult parent link tree, our link in our bio. The top link, you will see where you can go and get C is for College. So you can go there. If you want to make it that much easier, you don't want to Google, just go visit our page and you will see it there too.
Yes.
But
you can also you can go into Amazon and type in Niels' name or my name, and it'll pop up as well. Or ask us for the link, and we'll have the link on our socials as well.
All right. Well,
thank you, best friends and
thank
co-author.
I really enjoyed talking with you, just in general.
Here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem at all. It's been long overdue for you to come back to the Pop Cult.
And same here. Thank you for coming back to my program as well, College Connection.
Yes, no problem at all. No problem
You
at
were
all.
my first guest.
I was your first guest.
You gotta start at home.
I wish I could say I was your best guest, but you had some amazing guests. So
you up there.
Well, thanks. Well, I will close it off as if it was a Pop Cult episode, and then you can close it off in however fashion you'd want to as a College Connection.
Okay.
Sound good? Yeah. All right. So, members of the Pop Cult, thank you for listening. We have a new episode coming out every month. You can find us on all social media at Pop Cult Parent, POPCULTPARENT. You can visit us at www.popcultparent.com. Email us at popcultparent@gmail.com. Don't forget to rate us, review, subscribe, and buy the book. And as always, join the cult.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of College Connections. You can find me at The Keys to College or at The Keys to College LLC. Thank you.
Peace.